Wait, wait, look at it. Jab up that hook ball.
No, he got the boxing skills and the ability to, do whatever he wants in the ring. And it's going to be very hard to beat skills that he possesses and the smarts that he has. And given the opportunity, I think he can pose a great threat to everybody in the division. And be the last man standing given the opportunity.
Anticipated fight against Tszyu alongside former rival Terrence Crawford. His sharp combinations, powerful punches, and renewed focus have shown that he is taking this comeback very seriously. Crawford also believes a fight with Tszyu has all the ingredients to become one of boxing's biggest attractions and expects it to draw huge attention from fans around the world.
This is the biggest fight in boxing right now. This is the fight that everybody been yearning for years. One of the biggest fights in the past decade that I can think of. So, yeah, it's pretty big.
Spence looks completely dedicated as he continues training with fresh energy under his new coach, Ronnie Shields, and an updated training team. After admitting that his last camp lacked proper organization, he says this preparation is all about returning to the basics that helped him become a world champion. Recent footage from camp clearly reflects his determination and the former unified champion believes the 3 years away from the ring have allowed both his body and mind to fully recover. Surrounded by a new team and driven by a fresh mindset, Spence is determined to prove he still belongs among boxing's elite. His goal is not only to defeat Tszyu, but also to remind everyone that he remains capable of dominating the sport once again.
Yes. 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 Shit. Yes. Yes. Wait. Nope. Nope. Look at it. She's had enough there hook wall.
Following the toughest loss of his professional career against Terrence Crawford, Spence returns with a renewed hunger to succeed. He says the long break has helped him recover physically while also restoring his mental strength and competitive drive. Now fully motivated, he is determined to silence his critics by giving everything he has against Tszyu and proving that one difficult night cannot define his entire legacy.
My motto is, I'm the big fish, I'm the shark in the ocean. Put me in there with other sharks. I want my fans to see that I'm facing a real champion, a real fighter who's just as hungry as me, the big fish.
Spence's famous big fish identity continues to reflect the confidence that carried him to the top of the welterweight division. Even with that belief in himself, he understands that every opponent deserves respect and knows he cannot underestimate the challenge waiting for him in his next fight.
If I lose, it would be because he's better than me. It wouldn't be just because I didn't train 100% or I wasn't focused. I feel undestructible. I just feel like another fighter can't beat me.
Recent footage from Spence's training camp highlights his excellent speed, timing, and punching accuracy. He has explained that training alongside longtime rival Terrence Crawford has always benefited both of them because they constantly challenge one another in the gym. Every workout is highly competitive, forcing each fighter to improve while sharpening every part of their game. Spence believes this level of competition is difficult to find anywhere else, making each training session valuable preparation for future battles.
Think of a better scenario. He's a great fighter. I'm a great fighter. This fight, is happening now. I think it's happening at a great time. Terrence is my dancing partner. I feel like we're going to make each other great.
Crawford has also spoken positively about sharing the gym with Errol Spence Jr., saying every session pushes both fighters beyond their limits. He believes the competitive environment helps improve their skills, physical conditioning, and mental toughness. In Crawford's view, working with an elite fighter like Spence allows both men to become better every time they train together.
It's great because we hold each other accountable. Like today, I'm like, man, nah, but he like, man, come on. I'm like, all right, let's go. And those are the moments that is defining in a fight, where those last rounds that your body is telling you no, but your mind is like, let's go. So it all works.
Physical strength. Throughout this training camp, his coaches have focused on sharpening those strengths by improving his conditioning, footwork, and punch accuracy without changing the aggressive style that has made him one of boxing's most respected champions. The team has also worked on increasing his explosiveness and ability to wear opponents down over the later rounds. Knowing that stamina will be crucial after such a long absence, Spence has made conditioning one of the biggest priorities of his preparation.
If I didn't train as hard, it's going to dawn on me during fight night. I'm kind of like a worry freak. It's none of your fault when somebody exploits you and bring out that weakness that you already knew you had, but you didn't change the results of it. It's better to do it now and not have to worry about your legs getting tired in the fight, because the fight's too late. I'm doing everything, training hard, sparring hard, running hard.
Crawford believes Spence has everything required to defeat Tszyu and expects him to have his hand raised in victory. He praised Spence's experience, ring intelligence, toughness, and composure under pressure, saying those qualities make him a dangerous challenge for anyone. While recognizing Tsyu's power and talent, Crawford feels Spence's higher level of experience and disciplined preparation give him a strong chance of winning if he follows the right game plan.
It's going to be good. I got a little wager bet, for my boy Tszyu. He got Tim, I got Errol. But I think it'd be a good fight for both of them at this stage in their career.
And why are you confident that you win that bet with Tszyu? Why is Errol in the fight?
Well, I'm not, 100% confident, I just know, the caliber of fighter that Errol is, just like I know the caliber fighter of Tim. I think both of them have taken a lot of damage in their career so far. But I just think, Errol skill-wise.
Spence views this upcoming fight as one of the most important moments of his career and believes it offers the perfect opportunity to prove he still belongs among boxing's elite. Despite the setbacks he has faced, he remains confident in his skills, heart, and championship mentality. He knows an impressive victory would answer his critics, create new opportunities for major fights, and remind the boxing world that true champions rise when the pressure is at its highest.
Question not just from me, but from the world, specifically Australia. How you doing?
I'm doing great. Can't complain. Been spending a lot of time with my family and ready to get back in it.
You say you've been spending a lot of time with your family. We haven't seen you in the ring. We've seen a little bit of stuff come up in terms of you training.
Yeah.
How have you been spending your time since you haven't been in the ring? Tell us a little bit about Errol Spence since we've seen him last.
I definitely been training, but the pure focus has been on my family, just enjoying life, traveling, enjoying the spoils of the rewards of me winning world championships and being successful in boxing. So I just wanted to sit back and enjoy my loved ones and just give them a great time and give them my full attention. So just developing memories, and I'm excited to be back.
Errol Spence Jr. and Terrence Crawford created one of the biggest rivalries in modern boxing when they met for the undisputed welterweight championship. However, Tszyu does not expect to face the same version of Spence that lost to Crawford. He believes Spence was not physically at his best during that fight and expects a much stronger and healthier opponent this time. After spending nearly 3 years away from competition, Tszyu feels the long break may have helped Spence recover from injuries, regain his confidence, and rediscover the qualities that once made him a dominant world champion. Even so, Tszyu says he is preparing for the very best version of Spence and believes the biggest question is whether the former champion still has the same drive and determination after such a long absence. He expects a dangerous opponent and is treating this contest as one of the toughest fights of his career.
Do you expect, besides the fact, because of the fact that he hasn't been in the ring for 3 years, and he chose this time to come back and fight you in your backyard?
Yeah, I think he's refreshed, rejuvenated. I hope he is. When he fought Terence Crawford, I felt like he looked a bit dizzy, So I don't know. So hopefully he's all right. Hopefully he's at his peak. That's what I expect.
Trainer and
Different paths both fighters have taken to reach this moment. He feels Tszyu has the advantage in activity because he has stayed busy against quality opponents while maintaining his sharpness and confidence. On the other hand, Errol Spence Jr. brings years of championship experience but must overcome the challenge of returning after a 3-year layoff. Bernie believes ring rust can affect any fighter until the opening bell proves otherwise. Even so, he warns people not to overlook Spence because if the former champion quickly finds his timing and pressure, his experience could be enough to overcome the lack of recent activity.
A good fight. It ain't a tune-up, but it's, you know what I'm saying? It's a good little fight for him. Man been out 3 years. Tszyu been active. Former world champion. He ain't going to get nobody we don't know. I can't do nothing but salute him, take my hat off for him, and see how he go to work. I think he going to be fine. He looked like he's in good shape. He ain't look all out of shape. He looked like, he looked good. He looked mentally all there. And, little 3 years, like I said, I told him as soon as it happened, I said, okay, he had other stuff going on, other stuff going on. That was a 5-year accumulation, a lot of stuff he did going through the rigmaroles with Bud, trying to figure out if they was going to fight and building up his reputation and all this stuff. That was a lot. He's been doing this since 2012. That was a lot, so 3 years off, he come in contact with life too. He come in contact with life too. It ain't just about us and what we want to do and what we want to see. He got a life. He in there, so he did right. And I'm glad to see him come.